Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I'm your host, Kiana Canada. Welcome back to the Kiana Canada Show. Before we get into today's topic, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Remember that your likes and your shares, what it does is it pushes videos like this up in the algorithm. It tells the algorithm that videos like this are important. But we must be reminded that just because videos like this are not pushed up in the algorithm, that is not an indication that videos like this are not important. As a preliminary matter, don't forget to follow me on Facebook by searching for my name, Kiana Canada. That's Q-U-I-A-N-N-A. Last name is Canada. And because we are going to be talking about a missing person in this video and the discovery of their remains, I would urge you to follow Mrs. Croom on her Facebook account as well. Her Facebook account is Charlotte Croom, and you can learn more about her story by searching for her Facebook account. She also has a YouTube account, I believe, where she is posting videos as well. All you need to do is search for her name and her accounts will come up. This is a preliminary video before I start the series that I have named Charlotte's Closure, and it is just a series to understand why the family has not been given the right to truth. Now, I need to correct myself. The family, I think I was looking on social media where there were, excuse me, there was some postings from, I believe, interested parties in Charlotte's circle where they have indicated that it was not a domestic violent situation. The altercation didn't have anything to do with domestic violence. And so I'm reading stories, I'm picking up the information as I go, and to reiterate, my whole purpose in this endeavor is really not to smear any person or to cause more pain to the Croom family. I know that this is a devastating time for her, and that is why I have decided to push the Charlotte's Closure series back some until next week, until I can get video confirmation from her or someone close in her family that says, you know what, we got this. We don't need you to, talk about this. Now, I want to answer some questions in case there are some questions that you do have. And so my name is Kiana Canada. I'm an American citizen. I am currently not living in the United States. I live in Belfast, which is in Northern Ireland. In the UK, I am, the reason why I'm doing this series for anyone that wants to know is that I personally would want somebody to do it for me, or to do it for my mom if something happened to me. I understand what it's like to be labeled. I understand what it's like to be ostracized. I understand what it's like not to have people advocating in your corner. I understand what it's like to feel alone in situations where you feel an injustice and people are not speaking out on your behalf because they have judged you. It's happened to me. And so because this has happened to me, I would want somebody to speak out on my behalf. I would also want somebody to, if anything had ever happened to me, I would want somebody to do the same thing that I'm doing for my family. And that is essentially why I have chosen to really look into this. To be honest, you know, your story came up on my Facebook feed. It was like, God, it was a long time ago. And I was just really moved by your story, and then I just kept following your post about your feelings, and I have seen you grieving publicly, and I have been following you where they have not given you answers. And I think, to reiterate, I've heard a number of people say that they have wanted to know the truth about this, and that's something that I would want to know as well. And so what I'm not doing, so I won't be making any money or fundraising at all. So I'm not going to be asking for people to do a GoFundMe. I'm not going to be fundraising. I'm not going to talk about money. I'm not going to be saying, chip me this or send me that. That's really not what this is about. That's not what I'm going to be asking about. And to reiterate, so I'm not doing this to enrich myself. This is just something that I am doing because I really want someone, if I were in the position, or someone in my family was in the position, or you know, my mom was grieving like that, I would want somebody to do it for her or to do it for my family. And I think it's important to understand that, you know, as an American on an international protection claim here in Belfast, I only have a card that immigration gives us, and they load payments on that on a weekly basis. So if you suspect that somebody is using my name, or you even suspect that it's me, I would urge you to contact U.S. authorities or to contact UK authorities and to tell them what's happening. To reiterate, I don't have any bank accounts where I can send money to. I am not uploading money anywhere. I am just really moved by your story, and just really want you to get the truth in this circumstance that you find yourself in. So that's why I'm pushing this back to next week, to give your family time to post a video. If you feel that you got it, you can say, Kiana, you know, we got this. We got activists in where you live in Pennsylvania. You can say, we got activists here and they're doing a good job. And to reiterate, you know, this isn't ego for me. You know, I personally do not know Travelle, never met him before. And I don't know Mrs. Croom. I haven't met you before. This is just me seeing your videos and me being touched by your story. So I want to address that the argument that a small fraction of people would be moved by your story, I think, is beyond me. I think that anyone who has watched your videos would be compelled in some way to feel remorse and want to of course, if it's law enforcement, feeling remorse about what you've gone through, and then people on the outside looking in to your story feeling very sympathetic or even empathetic if they've experienced something similar. Now, I acknowledge Travelle is Charlotte's child. Travelle's not my child, and I want to reiterate that if she does decide, hey, you know what, Kiana, I am not interested in you talking about my son. I'm not interested in you doing a series on my son. Then, you know, I have to respect that, because this is your family. And, you know, to reiterate, I don't know your son. So I can't just say, yes, I'm going to do this series, whether you like it or not. No, that's not something that I am going to do. Now, if I do this series, and if you feel comfortable with it, I cannot guarantee that anyone but us will look at it or find clarity in it, or anyone but us would, you know, feel healed by it in some way. Because again, like, I don't have a large social media following. I just opened started a YouTube account, and that was at the end of 2023, and this is 2026. I've been on and off of YouTube between that time. I've had access to my account, have not had access to my account. And so, as you can see, it currently appears that I only have 59 followers on my YouTube account. And so I don't want to give you the expectation that what I upload is going to reach a large number of people. It will likely not. But to reiterate, if you feel comfortable with me moving forward with it, then I will start the series next week. And then if you want to share it on your socials, I give you permission to do that. I also cannot guarantee what I will say will be persuasive to compel anyone else to act. My whole point of view is just to look at this through the lens, to reiterate, of your right to know the truth, which is an international human rights law. I know that right now, international human rights law in the United States is very tenuous, but I think it's important to understand the right to truth, whereas maybe you might not know, or so maybe this would be of interest and of importance to know that you do have a right to truth, and that you do have a right to truth in more ways than you would expect. And so all I can say is that I do understand your pain more than you know. And I think that you are a strong woman for going this far and continuing this far. And again, you remind me so much of my mom, and my mom is you know, someone that I love so much and love so dearly. And so I just want to be a person that can, you know, kind of open up more layers for you, if that would help. I did reach out to, I believe, a friend of yours who is, let's see. The person that I reached out to is Travelle. And so I said, hey, it's Kiana reaching out about Mrs. Croom. Would you be able to connect us? I said, I'm working on a series about truth and empowerment, and I'd love to chat with her about it. I said, it's not about making money or fundraising. I just want to share her story and highlight her right to truth. Would you be able to pass along my contact info? So, I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know if that's showing. I don't know if that is, but I did contact them, and their handle seems to be KICUTTY. I contacted them, so hopefully they contact me back, and I did add you as a friend, so hopefully I will hear from you. Again, if you feel that you got it, you can upload a video to your YouTube account or your Facebook account and say, Kiana, we got it on our end, and I will respect that. And I hope that you have a good evening, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.